cupcake paper. Detective Bird here, reporting for duty. He's looking for a mystery to solve. Did a baby lose a booty? I can show you how the clues evolve.
Missing person?
That's a snap. Buried treasure? I'll get the map. Wait until I adjust my cap, then I'll be ready. Detective Bird here, reporting for duty. I am never gonna let you down. Detective Bird here, looking for looting. I have a reputation in this town. Just pass on the facts to me. I'll study them so carefully. And I'm sure that you'll agree that I am ready. Detective Bird here, reporting for duty. Detective Bird here, reporting for duty. Detective Bird here, reporting for duty. Hi there. Maybe you can help me. There's something very funny going on around here. It all began when I read a really wonderful story about Inspector Birdseye, the greatest detective that ever lived. He was able to solve mysteries that even Scotland Barnyard couldn't figure out. Well, I decided I sure would like to be like him. So do you know what I did? I decided to open my own detective agency. And here's what happened. But before I start my story, I want to tell you about a special sound. When you hear that sound, turn the page of your book. Want to hear it again? Okay, are you ready? Now turn to the first page of the story. That's the page where you see a picture of Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch talking to each other. Did you find it? Good. Now let me tell you the story. It was my first day on the job at Inspector Big Bird's detective agency, and what I needed most of all was a case to solve. That's when I saw Oscar and Cookie Monster talking by Oscar's trash can. As I walked over to see if they knew of any good mysteries, I overheard Cookie say,
Oh, me cupcakes gone. Me cupcakes are all gone. Me not believe it. The best coconut fudge cupcakes me ever had. And now they all gone.
What a mystery, said Oscar. What luck! This sounded like a perfect case for Inspector Big Bird. Don't worry about a thing, I assured Cookie Monster. Inspector Big Bird will get to the bottom of this mystery in no time.
Oh, me no worry.
He started to say as I interrupted him. I'm so sure I'll find out what happened to your missing cupcakes that I'll buy you a whole new box from Hooper's store if I don't solve the mystery for you. What do you say to that?
You buy me whole new box of cupcakes?
Cookie asked.
Oh, me very happy, Big Bird. Me do whatever you say. Where you start looking for cupcakes?
Let's see. As Inspector Birdseye would say, never fall for the obvious solution. That rules out Cookie Monster as the culprit, especially since he's the victim in this case. I'll begin by questioning the witnesses, I announced as I knocked on Oscar's can. What's all the banging about, Inspector Birdbrain? Oscar answered in a not very friendly way. Where were you when Cookie Monster's coconut fudge cupcakes vanished? I asked. In my trash can, minding my own business. That's something you wouldn't know much about, Turkey, he answered. Inspector Birdseye always says the hostile witness has something to hide. I decided I better question Oscar some more. Did you happen to see the coconut fudge cupcakes in question? I asked.
Maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. What's it to you?
He replied. Still hostile, I noticed. Do you mind if I search your trash can? I asked. Much to my surprise, Oscar began singing a different tune.
You want to stick your beak in my trash can? Sure, go ahead. Be my guest.
Thanks, Oscar, I said.
No problem. In fact, let me know if you see anything you'd like. Not letting you have it will be my pleasure.
Can you guess what I found in there? I found an empty coconut fudge cupcake box with bits of fudge still sticky around the edges. Did Oscar eat the box of coconut fudge cupcakes? I wondered. Never. Grouches hate cupcakes. As Inspector Birdseye would say, the one with the dirty wingtips isn't always our bird. So I closely inspected the cupcake box, looking for other clues. That's when Cookie got very upset.
Just like me say, Big Bird, cupcakes all gone. Now you no buy cupcakes for me after all.
Cookie started to ask, but I was too busy thinking about the evidence to worry about a new box of cupcakes. Something is missing, I said. There is some important piece of information I must have overlooked.
Yeah, something's missing, all right.
Oscar told me.
What's missing is your tiny bird brain. Why don't you start trying to figure out where you left that?
Enough of this. It's time to question the other witness, I announced. So I turned to Cookie Monster and asked, Cookie, where were you when the cupcakes vanished?
Me right here, Big Bird. Me right here by Oscar's can.
He replied helpfully. I see, I assured him. And exactly when did you see the cupcakes last?
Me see cupcakes right before they disappear.
Cookie answered. Do you remember what you were doing when the cupcakes disappeared?
What me doing? Oh, that's easy. Me eating. Me just sitting by Oscar's can, eating, when whole box of coconut fudge cupcakes disappeared.
Just one more question. Did you see anyone suspicious around here at the time the cupcakes disappeared?
Suspicious? No. Me no see anybody suspicious. Me just sitting by Oscar's can.
Cookie continued. Notice that we keep winding up right back at Oscar's can, I said.
For crying out loud. If you ask me, the one who's acting suspicious around here is you,
Oscar shouted. Now I thought maybe we were onto something. So I asked Oscar if perhaps he had seen someone suspicious at the time the cupcakes disappeared.
Sure,
He replied.
I saw a large blue fuzzball stuffing his face with cupcakes. That's what I saw,
Oscar admitted. Now we were getting somewhere. Aha, I said.
Oh, you know buy me cupcakes now for sure.
Cookie said. But I brushed him aside. I was much too worried about what Oscar told us. I tried to explain. Don't you know what this means? I asked. There is obviously some large blue intruder on the loose on Sesame Street, and we have to find him and stop him in his tracks.
Oh, brother, I can't believe this.
Oscar groaned. Do you have something on your mind, Oscar? I asked. Some important piece of evidence you've been keeping to yourself? Perhaps you recognize the large blue fuzzball you saw. Is that it, Oscar?
You're looking right at him, Feather Pile.
Aha! Oscar confessed, just as I suspected all along. It was you, Oscar. You are the cupcake culprit, I cried.
Me? Why would I steal cupcakes, Inspector Colorblind?
You can't fool me, I told him. I'll bet you dress up in a fuzzy blue costume and stole the cupcakes just so you could add the cupcake box to your trash collection. You're out of your tree, Oscar said, slamming the lid to his trash can behind him. He's pretty touchy about something, I said to Cookie Monster. But there's one thing I don't understand. When Inspector Birdseye confronts his suspects, they always confess. So if Oscar isn't the culprit, and there aren't any strangers loose on Sesame Street, who could have taken the cupcakes? Well, I hate to admit it, Cookie Monster, but I'm really stumped.
You buy me new box of cupcakes now?
Cookie asked.
You take Cookie Monster to Hooper's store and buy him brand new box of coconut fudge cupcakes? Ha 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 ha!
Okay, I said. And so Cookie and I walked over to Hooper's store, and I bought him his brand new box of cupcakes.
Oh, no, no.
But I still couldn't get my mind off the case. I knew I could catch this cupcake fiend if I had just one or two more clues and a little more time. I had this funny feeling he must have been around here somewhere. I wondered what Inspector Birdseye would do with a case like this. Just when I was on the brink of despair, Cookie interrupted me.
Look, Big Bird, coconut fudge cupcakes gone again. You just bought whole brand new box and cupcakes gone again. Just like that.
I was so happy I couldn't believe my ears. This is great, I said. I'll solve the case this time. Don't you worry, Cookie. I'll find him, or I'll buy you more coconut fudge cupcakes. As we started to retrace our steps, looking for clues, I heard Oscar muttering.
That turkey couldn't find his way out of a feather bed. But on the bright side, think how many empty cupcake boxes I'll get before this investigation is over.
So, what do you think? Do you know who stole the cupcakes? I sure wish I could figure it out. There will always be mysteries to solve. Just get someone who understands the clues. If you've lost a missing person, let me look for him or her so no one needs to worry now or sing the blues. Suppose a grouch is looking for some trash. I can find it in any quantity and deliver it so quickly, wrapped in boxes that are prickly. I'm a bird who does his work triumphantly. Detective Bird here, unperturbed here.
Me can't wait until me get another box of cupcakes.
I'll get them, Cookie.
Oh, me love mystery.
There will always be mysteries to solve. I can find the solution 'cause I'm quick. But the biggest mystery in all of history is what makes Big Bird tick. An astute observation, my dear Oscar. That will be my next case.